Hey my village, it's your coach Mo. So this video is going to be a little different. It's going to talk about pretty much like spirituality. In a world where we seek guidance and support, it's crucial to understand the role of a pastor. This made me think about like our spiritual leaders. They're spiritual leaders. They're not therapists. So your pastor is not your therapist. I heard that like months ago and it made me think deep because a lot of people worship their pastor and not God. And we're going to talk about it. Your pastor is not your therapist. Yes, they can guide you through scriptures in the Bible, things like that. But sometimes they can't resolve your issue. You can go to them for counseling. You can go to them for advice, things like that. Like premarital counseling, stuff like that. But your pastor goes to therapy. Why can't you? Your pastor is not your therapist. So you can go to church every week and you're wondering why you're not healing, why you're still suffering, because you need therapy. So that's what we're going to talk about today, because I love my pastor, Pastor Mike Todd. He always promote therapy. All the pastors at Transformation Church promote therapy. It's what encouraged me to go back. One of the series I did last year encouraged me to go back to therapy 5 months ago. I've been in therapy for 5 months. It's been amazing. I love therapy. Plus, you guys know my background is psychology. People be like, you go to therapy and you got almost 3 psych degrees? Yes, because I can't heal myself. Contrary to what people think, they think, oh, I don't need to be talking to no stranger about my business and I can just work on it myself. No, because you're only going to go so far. You're only going to be so honest to yourself and you're in denial now. That's how you know you need therapy, because you can't even admit that you got a problem that somebody else needs to help you with, because obviously you ain't doing right and good on your own. So let's talk about that. So your pastor is here to guide you through matters of faith, offer like spiritual wisdom, and nurture your connection with the divine. They're not here to really like counsel you. They're just giving you some tips and tricks, some things you can work on, consider, think about, read on, things like that. But while they provide spiritual counseling, it's important to recognize that pastors are not trained mental health professionals. If your pastor say that and they ain't got no degree or license to back it up, you shouldn't trust that pastor. But therapists are equipped to address like complex emotional and psychological issues. So offering specialized support tailored to your mental well-being is why you should go to a therapist, because that's what their expertise is, and they're licensed, they're trained on it. They can help you. Therapy works. Basically, like if you're facing challenges beyond the spiritual realm, which most challenges are, if you are in like an abusive relationship, you're dealing with infidelity and stuff, yes, you can go talk to the pastor, but sometimes you having that lack of trust with that person, you're not feeling safe and things like that, you need to go to a therapist, because this can be where they can look deeper into why do you attract these type of people. If every relationship you're in, you get cheated on, every relationship in, you get abused, things like that. They might be like, okay, this is a pattern. And they'll let you know, like, you attract these type of people because this is what you've seen in your household growing up, or you just don't recognize that it's a generational curse. Every woman in your family had to deal with this abuse and you guys thought it was okay. And it became a norm. That's why you accept it. So therapists can look a little deeper into those things, but consider reaching out to a licensed therapist for the support that you need so that you can get some real help. We need to heal. It's time to heal. We've been struggling and suffering in silence way too long. I'm big on mental health. Please get help. Please find a therapist. Please see what type of therapist you need. If you need help with that, like trying to identify what type of therapist, if you need a trauma therapist, if you need a relationship therapist, family therapist, there's different type of therapy. There's talk therapy. There's a whole lot of different type of therapy. So don't think therapy is just one way. There's one type of therapist. No, they can specialize. There's some that specialize in LBGT. There's some that specialize in like trauma, and there's some that specialize in like dealing with narcissistic people, abused, sexually abused, things like that, PTSD, ADHD, because I had to research for one that diagnosed me with ADHD. I knew I had it. I knew I was undiagnosed for a long time. I just kept being told, oh, you have severe anxiety for the last 5 years. And I'm like, it got to be more than just anxiety, because this is getting worse. And that's what drove me to go to therapy and get someone to actually clinically diagnose me with ADHD, because I'm like, I know I'm not going crazy. There's something more than just anxiety. But yeah, there's different specific type of therapists, and there's different types of therapy that you can go through. I like kind of talk therapy, but I also like therapy where you can be outdoors, you can be in person with your therapist. I like virtual calls with my therapist. Like, I do a lot of mine through virtual, because sometimes I don't want to be sitting in the office talking to you because it's not comfortable, but I'm in my safe place talking to you. I like that. But let your pastor guide your soul. But for matters of the mind, trust the expert every time. Trust the expertise of mental health professionals. They will not fail you. You just have to pick the right coach. Don't listen to people to be like, oh, it didn't work for me. Yeah, they probably didn't have the right type of coach to deal with the issue that they're going through. So embrace both spiritual and mental wellness. And just know you're not alone. We all on this faith journey, and we all on this healing journey together. It works best when you have them together, when you're doing both. You can work on your faith, and you can believe in God, listen to the spiritual things, because I'm very spiritual, more so than religious, but I'm heavy on the faith, heavy on the environment, the nature, spiritual, ancestors, everybody, and my therapist. So if you want to chat about it, you can reach out to me. This is not a coaching session. I don't mind giving you advice about different type of therapy. If you tell me like what your issue is, I can suggest the type of therapist that you should be looking for. Take advantage of your EAP programs. A lot of you guys work, and a lot of you guys companies offer EAP. Most in this January, so no excuse. Most companies offer free sessions for their employees. It's EAP. It's confidential. Your therapist cannot tell your job what you're going through. If you were dealing with depression or addiction, there's different counselors for those. But like my company, it was like 8 free sessions a year. And this is January. Take advantage of those free sessions. And we had 8 free sessions in each type of therapist. So if you wanted to go to addiction therapist, if you want to go to one that help you with financial, if you want to go to one for family, if you want to go to one for relationship, you had 8 for each type of therapist. So take advantage of it. It's the beginning of the year. Check your benefits. Call your EAP program and say, how many sessions do I get for free? And they a lot of companies have coaches and therapists. So take advantage of it. It's free. It's included in your benefits. Use it. A lot of people don't use it, and companies save a lot of money because you'll be sitting there struggling, stressed the hell out about your job, and you can have a therapist helping you through the issues that you're having at work. So until next time, Coach Mo out.